Right, so today we're going to talk about fear of criticism and how it affects our daily lives and the choices that we make. So, Amanda, what is criticism to you? And do you feel like it's a positive thing or a negative thing?
I think I was talking to my husband about this at the weekend, and we both agreed that we thought the word criticism itself was quite negative. It implied that whatever it was being said about you was negative.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about, you can have constructive criticism, can't you, where it's supposed to help you in your self-development and that. But actually, criticism itself and this fear of criticism, I think, is more about people being judgmental of you, criticizing you for something, and it's generally feels weighted,
And,
feels harsh.
And I remember, like, at work a long time ago, we used to have like the CPD meetings, and they would call it constructive. It used to be criticism, but then it became constructive feedback.
And
I used to dread it, and they used to always say, we're going to say something positive about your performance and something negative. And I was so anxious in those meetings, and when they were saying things that I maybe could improve, it didn't help me, to be honest, because I would leave the meeting, even if they'd said good things, I would leave the meeting and I'd focus on the things that I needed to improve on. And I don't know if it actually helped me.
I think that's interesting, because I think when it becomes, when people couch it feedback rather than criticism, it's obviously they're trying to be gentle with it. But I think one of the things when you are delivering constructive criticism, constructive feedback, it's important to try and tell that other person how they can improve. So not just say you're rubbish at timekeeping, do something about it.
That's true.
And leave you with that bomb of, I'm really bad at this. But actually say, look, this is what we could work together on, or this is what you could do, and this is how it could be improved. And I think that leaves it far more. It is much more constructive,
but then,
isn't it?
You're right. But then at the same time, I don't think you should be told what to do as well. Maybe you could be given suggestions, and it could be like a brainstorming session, like, look, we want to do this, we want to achieve this, how do you think we can do it, what about this, or what do you think about this? So they're actually asking you more questions, so you come up with the idea. So that's actually more empowering, isn't it? So then you would leave the meeting feeling empowered, rather than, you didn't do this right, but you can do this, or you didn't do that right, but you can do that. So I think more of like a coaching session.
And also, like you say, when you take the approach of a coach, you would be looking at not necessarily delivering it as a criticism, but saying what's behind it. So you're turning up for work late every week, for 2 or 3 days a week, you're turning up for work late. What's going on? Rather than you've got to improve, because actually there's got to be something behind it. What's driving that behavior? And that's what a coach would ask, wouldn't they? Rather than saying,
get to the core reason. Exactly. Or maybe if it was in the classroom, I saw that you weren't interacting with this student or something, is there a reason for that? Or did you know that actually if you do this, maybe this could happen? Or it's the way you're told as well, isn't it? So but I think in general, criticism, for me, it feels negative and doesn't feel empowering.
No, I'd agree. It definitely feels the same way for me. And I think there's the real reason I think that there is this huge fear of criticism is that most of us would say that it's not nice, it's not pleasant to be criticised. But the thing is, it's cheap. Judgment is cheap, isn't it? Anybody can do it. Nobody has to pay to be critical. And so it's there for everybody. And if you step out of line, or you don't conform, or you don't do what you're told, and that somebody's going to be going, she's not doing right, she's not doing what she should be doing. And so I think it keeps you safe. It keeps you in a kind of like
that's true,
you're not living freely, basically.
That's true. And like we were always told when we had our observations, I remember every time we had a good observer that I thought was good, they would always say, there's always a million ways to look at this lesson, and we're choosing to look at the good ways, because you can look at the same lesson and point out all the things that could be improved, or you can look at the lesson and point out all the things that were done well. So it's a perspective as well. But anyway, we're going to be talking about this on my page right now, so come and join us.
See you soon.